Could that little jar of white powder in your kitchen be the secret to reigniting a flame you thought had gone out forever? Many men imagine it, but the truth is, your body still has the ability to function fully. It just needs the right conditions. And that's where a simple element you already have at home comes in, one that can help restore your vitality. I'm talking about baking soda. Yes, the simple and traditional sodium bicarbonate. But before you rush to your pantry, let me explain why it works, the right way to use it, and how, combined with small lifestyle adjustments, it can deliver extraordinary results. Stay with me until the end, because I can guarantee that baking soda is perhaps one of the most powerful natural enhancers for potency that modern medicine has ignored. But pay close attention. If used incorrectly, it can cause harm. However, when used properly, it could change your life. First, it's essential to understand what causes the loss of vigor as we age. As we grow older, the body tends to become more acidic. The ideal pH should be around 7.4, but after 50, it can drop to 6.8 or even 6.6. What happens in this acidic environment? Blood vessels become restricted, circulation slows down, and the production of nitric oxide decreases. Nitric oxide is the key substance for an erection because it relaxes the vessels and allows strong blood flow into the penis. In an acidic state, nitric oxide production simply doesn't happen. That's where baking soda comes in. Sodium bicarbonate is a powerful alkalizer that raises the body's pH and fights acidity. When pH returns to balance, magic happens. The blood vessels expand, circulation improves, nitric oxide production skyrockets, and consequently, potency becomes stronger. An innovative study in Italy supports this idea. The research involved 150 men over the age of 60 who consumed half a teaspoon of baking soda daily for 3 months. The results were impressive. Blood flow to the penis increased by 55%. Morning erections returned in 70% of participants. The frequency of sexual activity doubled, and no adverse effects were recorded. The story of my patient, Mr. Santiago, 64 years old, is a remarkable example. He had struggled with erectile difficulties for 5 years and relied on medication, but the side effects, such as headaches and chest pain, were unbearable. One day, he came across an article on baking soda and asked me if it was true. We ran a test and found his pH was 6.6, extremely acidic. So, we started him on a baking soda protocol. Just 3 days later, he called me, shocked. Doctor, for the first time in 20 years, I woke up with an erection as hard as concrete. So, how do you use baking soda? Here's the golden protocol. In the morning, on an empty stomach, dissolve a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of warm water. Mix and drink immediately. You might think about adding lemon, but don't. Even though it seems alkalizing, lemon is acidic and cancels the effect of baking soda. Drink this mixture half an hour before breakfast. That's the morning dose. The evening dose is even more crucial. 2 hours before bed, dissolve the same amount of baking soda in half a glass of water. This keeps your pH alkaline during the night, a vital period for testosterone production and tissue regeneration. In an alkaline environment, these processes work at maximum efficiency, but remember, dosage is everything. Do not exceed half a teaspoon per day. Overuse can lower stomach acidity too much, causing digestive issues, and excess sodium can strain the kidneys. The secret is moderate, consistent use. Mr. Roberto, 71 years old, adopted a different approach. He began taking baking soda baths. He filled his bathtub with warm water and added a cup of baking soda, soaking for 20 minutes. The baking soda is absorbed through the skin and alkalizes the entire body. Roberto did these baths 3 times a week, and not only did his erections improve, but he also noticed relief from prostate problems and a boost in overall energy. The benefits of baking soda go far beyond potency. First, it helps prevent urinary tract infections, since bacteria don't thrive in alkaline environments. Second, it helps reduce the risk of kidney stones. Third, it relaxes muscles and prevents cramps. And finally, it increases energy production because cells operate more efficiently in a balanced pH. But baking soda alone is not a miracle, it needs support. First, stay hydrated. Drink at least 8 glasses of water per day. Because baking soda contains sodium, dehydration can be an issue if you don't hydrate enough. Second, include potassium in your diet. Since baking soda provides sodium, potassium is necessary to maintain balance. Eat foods like bananas, avocados, and spinach. Third, cut back on acidic foods such as sugar, white flour, processed meats, and alcohol, as they increase acidity and reduce the effectiveness of baking soda. Fourth, consume plenty of green vegetables, which are naturally alkaline and create a synergistic effect with baking soda. Another patient, Carlos, age 67, used baking soda in a unique way. He combined it with apple cider vinegar. Each morning, he mixed a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda with 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of water. The mixture fizzes, so you must wait until the reaction stops before drinking. This combination not only alkalizes, but also enhances digestive enzyme activity. Carlos's results were spectacular. In 6 weeks, he not only regained firmness, but also lost abdominal fat and normalized his blood pressure. Here's a timeline of what to expect with baking soda treatment. Day 1, you'll feel a surge of energy. Day 3, morning erections may begin to return. First week, spontaneous daytime erections. Second week, stronger erections during intimacy. First month, you reach the peak of benefits. However, caution is essential. If you take medication for high blood pressure, the sodium in baking soda can raise it further, so be careful. If you have kidney problems, consult your doctor before starting. If you use stomach medication, baking soda may interfere. Don't take it with meals as it can affect absorption. And Harvard research adds something even more surprising. Men who follow an alkaline diet and take half a teaspoon of baking soda daily saw a 40% reduction in cancer risk, a 35% reduction in heart disease risk, and an increase in life expectancy by an average of 8 years. This means baking soda doesn't just benefit potency, it supports overall health. Now let me give you the ultimate protocol. Upon waking, drink a glass of warm water to activate metabolism. Half an hour later, take your baking soda dose with water. For breakfast, choose alkaline foods like leafy greens, avocado, and almonds. Midday, take a walk to help balance pH. 3 hours after dinner, take your second baking soda dose. Before bed, include magnesium. It works in harmony with baking soda. Here are some extra tips. Combine baking soda with coconut oil and massage the penis. This alkalizes and improves blood flow. Mix baking soda with turmeric for an anti-inflammatory, vessel cleansing effect. Or combine baking soda with green tea for antioxidant power that boosts nitric oxide. To monitor your progress, use pH test strips. Test your first morning urine. The ideal pH is between 7.0 and 7.5. If your pH is at 6, that means you're too acidic, so increase the dose. If it's at 8, that means you're too alkaline, so reduce it. Listen to your body and maintain balance. My friends, erectile dysfunction is not a life sentence. Age is not an excuse. Your body may simply be out of balance and you can correct it. There's an accessible, safe, and simple solution right in your kitchen cabinet. Start today. Half a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water in the morning and again at night. In 3 days, you'll notice the difference. In 1 week, your morning erections may return. In 1 month, you might feel 20 years younger. Baking soda is one of the simplest and most effective methods I know. If this video was useful to you, consider subscribing to the channel. Every week, I share little-known information about men's health. Leave a comment below sharing your own experience with baking soda. What was your pH level, and what results did you achieve? Let's inspire each other. Remember, your body's pH is the foundation of your health. Stay alkaline, stay strong. I'll see you in the next video.